Welcome back, Carters. This week we are going to. Oh, I'm a mess. I'm a mess, Carters. This week we are going to bring you a special Friday video. We are going to bring you the video feed from this week's 7 Songs and a Companion episode. This episode is season 2, episode 8. It is titled Have I Told You Lately? Jenna is the host. I am the guest. And we look forward to having you watch or listen. You can watch at YouTube, Ruby Breaks Baseball. You can listen at Podbean, 7songsandacompanion.com. And you can also listen at 7songsandacompanion.com. That kind of made sense. I hardly ever make sense. Thanks for watching.
7 Songs and a Companion is a production of Cheap Mike Entertainment.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This show is called 7 Songs and a Companion. Gah. As if.
Hello, everyone. You are watching and listening to 7 Songs and a Companion. I am Jenna, and my companion today is Ruben. Hello, Ruben, and welcome back to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we are the part of the 7 Songs family. You and I were doing something a little different today. Why don't you tell our listeners what we're doing today?
Well, I've picked 7 songs and I'm your companion.
Yes, but what else are we doing that isn't a normal thing for us on 7 Songs and a Companion?
Oh, okay. Well, so there is a guest that I would really like to have on, and I think you would really like to have on. And then a lot of people would love for this guest to be on. And one thing we have to be cognizant of is that we don't want to push anybody to be on something they don't want to do. We want them to enjoy the show no matter how that enjoyment comes, whether that enjoyment is just listening, suggesting people, being on the show themselves.
Yes.
Preston helping out with 45 Fridays and album of the week. We want everyone to be comfortable. And so I thought, well, how could I get this person on the show?
Yeah.
And it's in the title. It's companionship. It's a companion. And even though, people come on and there are companions with us, we carry our companions with us. They become a part of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to kind of shout out this person. Now, the songs that I've picked aren't necessarily what they would have picked. It's not necessarily their favorite by these bands, but it either reminds me or connects to that person. And so I'm kind of excited, and I hope you'll have me back on because I think this is at least a 2-parter. I do. I just, this person has exposed me to so much in my life. And I mean, I think you start with my parents who exposed me. And then and I love like Neil and Brian, but Bill Cartner was honestly a bigger influence and pushed me into playing music. But then as an adult, this gentleman has like the biggest influence on my musical maturation.
Nice word there, buddy. Nice.
Did I use it right?
Yes.
Yes. Ruby speaks English.
Oh my goodness. So the other thing we're doing is we're doing this on Zoom, right?
Right. So I'm gonna need 3 episodes a week, and the Friday content's been a little bit harder. I used to do meta reviews and read Yelp reviews,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a delicate balance of what's funny and what's mean
Yeah.
and what's useful and what's hateful. And so I have no problems doing those reviews if we can find something that is funny and maybe just a little bit sarcastic or a little bit poignant, but not nasty and not hurtful.
Yeah.
And then we had I thought the last Friday episode was really exciting with the Ruby's oh, Ruben, why can't you remember? A herd immunity community calendar, and that
The
was a lot
herd
of fun.
immunity community
And then,
calendar. Yeah.
but apparently that happened right at election and Halloween time, and we
Yeah.
won't talk about the election anymore after this. And so people were doing things and they were planning things, and all of a sudden, without that, the calendar really fell off.
Yeah.
So I thought, hey, this is a great opportunity for us to crossover and show people on Ruby Breaks Baseball or Ruby Breaks what our other outreaches, our other our podcast, Seven Songs and a Companion.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think it's a good crossover opportunity. So I'm excited about us doing this. This is my first Zoom podcast type situation.
Yeah. Now
So I really had to
have-
think about this because I was like, oh,
Yeah. Well, I did have Forrest Son on, and he killed it. He had such a good episode. And of course, his episode is in those lost tapes.
yes. So if I don't know that we've talked about it, a lot on the podcast yet, but we have a bunch of lost episodes. And I don't know if we'll be able to get those episodes. So at some point, we'll be reaching back out to those people who did those episodes and maybe try to get them to do another episode, I think.
Yeah. I think that's highly appropriate. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you decided to do this, and I'm glad you're joining me, and I'm glad a slot opened up to allow this to happen.
Yeah. I like how I wasn't your first choice. Someone got bumped and I got in. Thanks. I'm glad I could fill in.
I was trying. So, as you know, I'm working on this other podcast with Felisa. It's called
Mhm.
Basta Ya. And I wanted Felisa to do a 7 songs before we released Basta Ya so that we could talk a little bit about Basta Ya and why it's important to us and all of that.
Good idea.
Yeah, but it didn't really work out. And so we might have to push back the release a little bit. Hopefully we won't, but we might have to. So anyways, back to this podcast, which is
Back to our show.
which is about us talking and sharing music and listening to music together. Tell me a little bit about your song choices. You told us a little bit about the person who was the inspiration for the song list. But tell us a little bit about how you picked those particular songs.
Well, really, I really went Devin on this one. A couple songs hit me immediately, and then everything else is like what bands have to be there the first go around. And there were more bands, and luckily I didn't get very OCD about it. I was like, I just here's how I solved that. I just wrote on the top of the paper part 1,
Yeah, I saw that.
and then that relieved me of having to sort through and really agonize over it.
Yeah.
So really, yeah, I just thought about the bands I wanted, and and that I thought he would appreciate. And then, of course, I don't believe the last song he'll appreciate, but I appreciate him. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. And so we're deviating a little bit from our format, which is totally fine. So tell us a little bit about the first song that you chose. Do you remember what the first song is? Or do you want me to tell you?
Well, before we do that, if you would, just give me one more moment here.
Okay.
I chat with this person a lot on WhatsApp,
Yes.
and this person doesn't know that we're doing this today. And they shared with something with me today so amazing already today.
Mm.
Okay, so this is how much this person gives to me. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Barry Jenkins with um what are they called, Houston's chop stars did a screwed remix of Wilco's Yankee Fox Hot
Yankee.
Foxtrot, Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, and um they call it purple. What do they call it? Let me read it straight from the tweet. Maybe Yankee Purple Foxtrot, and oh my God, I'm loving this.
You've already listened to it?
I have almost finished it. I did not finish it. I had to step away for lunch, and then I had to do some other things. But right now, on a score for Pitchfork, I have it as an 8.2, and that's because one song just really didn't do well. I'd love to have it at a 9 or 8.5, somewhere in
Yeah.
there, but I had to admit that one of the songs just didn't play that well.
Okay. All right.
And so this is what this person just gives,
Yeah.
and apparently this is their biggest year for Brian Music in years, because they've been listening to our podcast, Seven Songs and a Companion. They've been listening to the SST podcast, which is really good too. I've listened to a lot of that, but not as much as this person.
Yeah.
And then what was the last thing they told me? Well, let's just move on because I don't want to hold everybody up. But yeah. So I just, this is, they continuously give to me.
Sure.
Continuous. Yes. And
Yeah.
and that's an example today. They don't even know this is going on, and yet they're still giving to me and showing the example why I would want to highlight them.
Yes. Yeah.
And so you asked me about which song, and if you just, I'm gonna log into my Spotify. I have the first song as "Cut Your Hair" by Pavement.
That's right. Yeah. So, what is your experience with Pavement? Do you have experience with Pavement? How do you feel about Pavement?
Oh, I love Pavement. I adore Pavement, and I wouldn't say I'm a bigger fan than he.
Yeah.
But I mean, I say it too much. They blow my mind. They're great. They're they've got. I mean, I guess if you have to put a pretense on it, like they're the best rock band from Bakersfield, because then someone might get angry if you say band, because the country music. Who is that? Chet Atkins over there, or was that? Or no, not Chet Atkins. Is the guy with the red, white, and blue guitar?
Yeah, it was Buck Owens. Was it
Buck Owens? Yeah. So I don't want to fight any Buck Owens fans. Okay, I don't want to fight you. Okay, so if you want to say that Chuck Owens is better than
Chuck Owens, Buck Owens, buddy.
Buck Owens. Not my cover band. My cover band's called Chuck Owens. It's a mix of Chuck Norris and Buck Owens. Yeah, so I'm just saying. I mean, I don't want to fight on the streets because I said the wrong band was the best band from Bakersfield.
What would that fight even look like?
This is what America. Look, there's the thing that we won't talk about, and then there's Buck Owens and Pavement. That's what people are really concerned about in Bakersfield. Oh, and by the way, never eat fish tacos in Bakersfield. It's not close enough to the water. It really isn't.
Don't do it. Don't do it, folks.
I'm not saying they don't have fine tacos in Bakersfield. I'm saying just don't eat the fish tacos.
Just don't eat the fish ones. Eat the other kind of tacos. I'm sure they're fantastic.
Right.
Okay, let's let everyone enjoy this awesome Pavement song. The song you chose, right? Cut Your Hair by Pavement.
Cut Your Hair by Pavement.
Which is super fun. So let's listen to it, shall we? All right, folks, you were just listening to Cut Your Hair by Pavement. This is 7 Songs. We are back on with Ruben, and I gotta say, this is the first time ever that people are going to get to see me dancing around while the music is playing. So there you go.
That was weird. Because usually we can like let your guard down and like get your resting bitch face on, and this time we couldn't.
We had to stay on the whole time. So thanks for that, Ruby.
Yeah, I can't. What can I say? It was interesting, right?
Yeah. So before we go on to our next song, I want to tell you that I chose a live version of it. I hope that's okay. And
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not all. And I know what it takes to put the show together.
okay.
Just get it done.
And I generally appreciate this band and their antics when they are live. So I just thought it would be fun to throw a live version in there. And there was something else. Oh, tell our listeners a little bit. We mentioned that this is a crossover, but go ahead and for the listeners that don't know, I guess it's going to be airing on your YouTube channel, which is UB Break.
UB. That's a better nickname. Damn it, Brian. Why didn't you give me that nickname?
UB Breaks Basil.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get it to UB Breaks, but I can't.
Ruby.
Ruby, you've done it to me now. Look at me. Yeah, I'm trying to get it down to Ruby Breaks, but I just it's so forceful. The habit is so great at saying Ruby Breaks baseball, and there's just so many baseball breakers that and a lot of them are fun, and a lot of them are really great guys. Like
Yeah.
we just did. You watched me and Brian and a couple of Brian's friends. We just did Little Dingers sports cards.
Yeah, and that was fun.
emailed. It was fun. We emailed him today. I showed him the link to the site. He's great, and you meet some great people. But the thing is that it's hard to compete or even be in the same even be a contender with these guys when these cards cost so much money right now.
Yeah.
And so I've branched out a little bit, and then of course the family's been designing cards from before 2014.
Right.
So this year in 2021, after the failures of 2020 with COVID and just really wrecking some of the plans, I have a subscription service coming out, which is 5 cards a month. If you add them up, that's 60 cards for the whole year, plus whatever bonuses I decide to send out. And of course, come on, I can't promise the bonuses because, but I can say that I know me,
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ruby Breaks is kind of an extension of April Gold trading cards. And of course we still do this. And then you tell people what we do and they're like, gosh, you guys need to stop. You guys do too much.
Yeah, and it's funny because I really did think about it recently. Big life changes for me because I'm gonna have to start going back to work after my medical leave. So I was thinking about it because I have 2 other podcasts that I'm working on, and I was like, man, I started to panic yesterday when I was thinking about the idea of leaving our kid and going back to work. I mean, not leaving her, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and it's not easy. I've been there, and I don't, I'm sorry you got to do it.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's just how it is sometimes, and it'll be okay. But so let's talk about your next choice, which is Guided by Voices. Sorry, our my laptop is hooked up to our daughter's Discord, and it just showed me a weird alert. That's why I was like, what? Anyways, you chose Guided by Voices, Dayton, Ohio, 19 something and what is it? 19 something and 5? Is that what
Circa 5.
Circa 5.
Yeah.
And I chose a live version. No, you're fine.
Which is great. I think I might know this version, and I might actually appreciate this version a lot.
Yeah.
But I did pick this song because it's obviously, if you know this person, this band is very dear to their heart.
Yeah.
And Dayton, Ohio is close to, I mean, if you had to say they're from a city, you'd say Dayton. And then as you got to know them, you would go, oh, I'm at the suburb of Dayton, but you would say Dayton.
Yeah.
Because it's easy. It's and so I think the song, I mean, how could you not have Guided by Voices on this set list?
Yeah, and this is a pretty great song anyways.
And it's a great song, and it's
Yeah.
a song that I love, and it truly reminds me of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. I also want to say, I think I mentioned it probably on Tim's episode that we went and saw either Robert Pollard. Was it Guided by Voices or was it just?
So we saw Guided by Voices with him when you were pregnant, and
Yes.
then later
Okay.
on
We
he gifted us Robert Pollard for our anniversary.
Yeah. Okay. I know. Wasn't it Strand of Oaks for our anniversary?
Oh, you're right. No,
Yeah.
but he played with Robert Pollard played with them? It was wasn't it or no?
Mm-mm. Strand of Oaks was the headliner. Anyways,
Mm.
moving on. But
Moving right along.
But yes, so technically our daughter, so technically GBV was our daughter's first concert, officially, unofficially.
Officially, unofficially.
Yes, she was in utero. She was
In
in there.
utero.
Yeah. Okay, so should we go ahead and listen to this song? Let everybody enjoy it.
Yeah, let's hear this excellent song by Guided by Voices.
By GBV. All right, let's do it.
This is a song about smoking dope, having cookouts, and hanging out on the west side. It's called Dayton, Ohio, 19-something circa and 5.
That's kind of a sad song a little bit. Hey, welcome back to Seven Songs. I don't think I have to say welcome back since we're on video. We're not really going anywhere. But Ruben is
Yeah,
our
but we-
guest.
Pardon me, but we are doing the audio only version.
That's
so.
right. Okay, sorry. Welcome back to Seven Songs. Ruben is our companion. We just listened to a fantastic version of Dayton, Ohio, 19-something circa 5. Did I say it right that time?
Yeah, that's great.
I always just think about it as 19-something. But
You're asking me to say how to say stuff.
Guided-
I say stuff crazy all the time.
Guided by Voices, my favorite part of that song, it's a short, sweet song, but there's two things I love about that live version. I feel like my favorite part of the live version, this is going to sound weird, is the drums. Which is weird because they're not very prominent, but you can really hear them. And I have a tendency to like drums. I'm a weirdo. So that, and then at the end when he's like, "This is kind of a sad song, isn't it?" Or something like that. Like, that's kind of a sad little song.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then they use the repetition in the guitar line. When you have so much
Yeah.
repetition, it tends to be sad. And then I believe it is in the minor key. So
Yeah, it is a minor
yeah,
key.
I think you
Yeah.
got a repetition in that kind of minor key sound, But I think not vocally, lyrically,
Yeah.
he paints such a vivid picture.
Really,
It's-
yeah.
It's
There's
great
some good
storytelling.
imagery.
It's great short storytelling because it's
Mhm.
not a lot of lyrical content,
Yeah.
but he does such a great job of painting a visual picture.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. And I
Yeah.
I love his voice. He's got a little bit of a haunting quality to his voice, which I really like.
True that.
So, we're moving on to song number 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tell us a little
hmm
bit about why you chose this song. This is a great song. It's a classic. I think I'm safe to say it's a classic. What do you think?
I literally picked this song because I asked he shall not be named this
He
morning
who shall not be named.
what was the best Biggie song because I knew Biggie was going to be on there, and he refused to answer the question because he's like, "How do you pick a best Biggie song? It's ridiculous."
I mean, he's not wrong.
And then so he just sent me an album, and well, the album and the song, this is the first song off the album, and it's a great track. And so I thought, well, hey, that's the first thing he sent me, so let's just go with that. So he picked it, but it doesn't mean I don't love the song. It doesn't mean the song's not great. It doesn't mean there's not a bunch of other songs. But this is the song that he sent me this morning, or the first song on the album, I think,
Yeah.
that he sent me. So I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just because I don't want to stress. I want to put out a good episode and just get
Yeah.
moving with this.
Just
yeah,
get moving
yeah.
with it.
Yeah, just get
Okay,
moving
so
with
the
it.
song we're talking about, of course, is the Notorious B.I.G. and it's or Biggie Smalls, and it's Mo Money, Mo Problems. And I want to say about this song is a party starter. Every time I've DJ'd and I've played this song, people get hype.
The hype. Yeah, I've it's a good for the dance parties and
Dance
the
party, yeah.
weddings after a certain time for weddings.
Yeah. Well, I've DJ'd a lot of college parties and they love this song.
You know,
Yeah. So anyways, let's all enjoy it. Everybody dance around because we're going to be dancing around, right?
I'm gonna sit with my hands crossed, my arms crossed, and look very stern the whole time. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. Biggie Smalls, Mo Money, Mo Problems. We were just listening to Biggie Smalls, Mo Money, Mo Problems. I feel like that song's saying a lot.
More money, more problems.
I feel like they're saying a lot in that song. And we danced because how can you not dance to that song?
One of us danced way better than the other one.
It was you.
No. I'm so glad this microphone's here. It's giving me some sense of like, it's like I can't hide behind it, but I feel like I can hide behind it. It gives me some kind of security.
I hide behind my glasses. So fantastic choice. I can see why you chose it. It's a great song. I love me some Biggie Smalls. Yeah. So your next song choice, vastly different from that song. Also a fantastic song. Okay, listen, our kids' Discord is blowing up right now. I just keep getting little alerts. Okay. I just keep seeing weird little alerts happening. Okay. Sorry, distracted. Okay. Going Against Your Mind, Built to Spill. We have gotten to see Built to Spill how many times?
1,
One? No.
2, 3.
I think in San Francisco we've seen them twice, but I've seen them separately, I think, with Margaret back in the day. If I'm remembering right. But that was BR before Ruben.
Shut your mouth. Could there be such a
I
time?
mean, we've been together for most of our adult lives, so it's fine. It's perfectly fine. But
Yeah.
I think we saw Built to Spill with Bobby, didn't we? At
Hey, you tell me.
Slim's.
You tell me.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
think we saw it was Bobby at Slim's. I don't know who else was with us, but the only reason I remember it is he made me drink some weird drink, and I was like, "What is this?"
Was it absinthe?
No, it wasn't absinthe. It was Frenet. Frenet? It's like some herbal liqueur or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hallucinate?
No. It tasted too floral for me. Maybe if it was mixed with something, it probably would have been really good, but I guess that's how you drink it, is you're supposed to drink it straight. Maybe a little ice or something.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, well, you're not missing anything. Sorry to all you Frenet drinkers out there.
Somebody's
I think
gonna
I'm
come-
saying it right. Somebody's going to come for us.
They're gonna come fight you on the street.
Yeah, they're going to be like, I heard what you said about Frenet. That's it, girl. We throwing down. People assume because I have chubby cheeks, I won't get ghetto, but I 100% will if I need to. Okay. Sorry, is this going to keep your video from being child safe? Okay. Going Against Your Mind, Built to Spill. Tell me your thoughts. Why did you pick it?
Well, I picked this one explicitly. This one was suggested to me by the man,
Yeah.
and right before our trip to Switzerland, and so that gave me something to listen to on the plane. And I listened to this album. It's a long flight. I listened to this album a lot, but I probably listened to this one song
Yeah.
upwards of 2-3 hours on that flight.
Yeah.
And
That was a long ass flight.
it was a long flight, and you know, it's just I had skipped this album. I had missed this, and I'm known for skipping things for a while and coming back to them years later. And he was basically like, "No, it's too late. You need to it's time." And so I got into it, and I loved it. And
Yeah.
like I said, and then it's just flying to see him and the family in Switzerland was just basically just cemented it as a song that could never be replaced in memory for him. Like if I built a spill, I have to think of that song first.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a very sweet memory. And this is a great song. I like Built to Spill a lot. And I don't know why I sometimes get them mixed up with Guided by Voices. But that is a thing I do, so I'm admitting it now that
Wait,
that
didn't
has
Tim
happened.
do that? Didn't Tim do that? On
I
his
think
episode?
Tim did it too.
Tim did it first.
I
Sorry,
don't know. I don't know which one of us did it first, but I think that he did it on one of his episodes. But anyways, okay. So shall we listen to it? Shall we just dive right in?
Absolutely. This is one of my favorite shower songs as well. And the man who shall not be named told me that this song's too long, that I'm wasting too much water.
It is a really long song. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Okay. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank
All right, welcome back to Seven Songs and a Companion. We were just listening to Built to Spill, Going Against Your Mind, and man, that song is so fantastic, isn't
That
it?
was excellent.
There's some really good head banging happening there, I feel like.
Yeah.
Is there a double bass drum in there? There was one part where it felt like there was, like, does he have two kick drums? He doesn't, does he? The drummer? I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, and I'm having troubles hearing, but don't worry about that because
Oh.
we have don't worry about it because we can always we have your recording on that side.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So
Okay.
don't worry about it. I just having a little, it'll come up in a minute. It's been doing this after every song. It kind of
Oh,
come
no.
up gently
Okay.
to me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, anyways, I was just saying that it sounds like there's a double kick drum happening.
Oh, why wouldn't he? Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have a double kick drum right now anymore?
I mean, I don't know.
The punk guys. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
the pop punk guys don't have double kick drums, but everyone else
Yeah.
do.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's some. I was like, there's one part in there. I was like, is there a double kick drum? What's happening here? Anyways, I love that song. That's a fantastic song.
It's a great song.
Your next song. Did you want to say anything else about that song? Do we want to, anything
I
anecdotal
mean,
or
it's
anything?
freaking excellent. That's
a
it.
beautiful song.
Thank you. I mean, thank you.
That's it. Thank
Just
you.
Thank him. Yeah.
I do want to. The other thing I want to say that I don't know why that song always makes me think of it is I don't know if you remember that Simpsons episode where they're going to like a Lollapalooza like music festival, and I think Smashing Pumpkins and Sonic Youth are there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the crowd is like dancing, but they're really just like not really dancing, but they're kind of like, just all
Yeah.
swaying this. You know what I'm talking about? You know which episode I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
I forget what that episode is called. But anyway, I don't know why that song makes me think of. I remember when we went to see them, or this is my memory of it, where like I was the only one dancing around like a fool, and everyone else was just kind of like swaying like that. Where I was just like, I don't
Yeah.
understand you people. Like, why aren't you dancing around like a fool, like me? Because just like, anyway, that's my anecdotal story about Built to Spill.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's a good one.
I promise I'm not a jerk. Okay.
You're not.
So your next song is by a band that I kind of feel like is underrated. Do you think that they're underrated?
I'm not sure because I would have probably been one of the ones underrating them, and I just added them to the repertoire recently. I've known about them,
Yeah.
and I've known about their existence, and I've enjoyed some songs, but basically, He Who Shall Not Be Named said, "Hey, look, I'm trying to figure out like because you like some stuff that I just don't like. Basically, it's like some of that pop punk stuff's kind of soft to me. It's kind
Yeah.
of kind of a weenie with that stuff." And and he's all like, "So I'm trying to like," he's like, "I like you, and I'm trying to think about why we get along." And he's like, everything is guitar driven. And he's
Yeah.
like, so basically, if there's a Venn diagram, we should meet right here with Superchunk.
Yeah.
And I mean, if that isn't enough to make you go listen to Superchunk, then you're not paying attention. It's like watching, what was that David Benioff movie with Edward Norton,
25th Hour.
The 25th Hour? If
Yeah.
you watch that movie and you've never seen Cool Hand Luke, when
Yeah.
Spike Lee puts the damn poster on the wall, he's telling you to go watch
Cool Hand Luke.
Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so if he's telling me the diagram about the Venn diagram, then he's telling me to go listen to this. So I went and listened, and yeah, he's right. I should have been more into this band, and it is a nice kind of meeting point for us.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have any clue what his favorite would even close to being, but the song it's a great song. So why not do this one?
Yeah. Yeah, it is a great song. Superchunk is a great band, and I haven't listened to them in a very long time, which you're just reminding me to go back and re-listen and re-enjoy them.
It's also how he likes his peanut butter.
Super chunky. And I want to point out that we're not saying he who must not be named because we think of him in a bad way at all. And for you Harry Potter nerds out there, you might think that when somebody says it that way, it's because there is a negative connotation to them. But we love him more than anything and anything. We love him very much, and we just don't want to say his name on the show, right?
We could say the Godfather. I don't. Yeah, I mean,
Let's
we
call
could
him
say.
the Godfather. I feel
should
like the
we-
Godfather is better because
The Godfather.
every time you say "he who shall not be named," I like immediately think of bad things.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. We can say the Godfather.
Okay, I like that better.
Yeah.
Okay, so the song we're talking about is "Driveway to Driveway" by Superchunk. Shall we?
Yeah, hit play. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
let's do it.
Driveway
welcome back to the show. This is Jenna. You're listening to Seven Songs, and our companion is Ruben. Hello, Ruben.
Hey, thanks for having me on. That was a good song.
Are you able to, was that on my end or your end?
What was that?
It was like a notification of some kind.
Mm.
Oh, okay. What's on my end?
It might have been on my end. I know that recording on Zoom, after you get so many minutes, it makes a new video. So
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
yeah, could have been that. I can't hear my computer very well, so
Okay, so are you able to hear me okay? Because I know you
I can
said...
hear you a little bit, but
Okay.
it'll get better in a minute.
Okay. So we just got done listening to Driveway to Driveway by Superchunk. A fantastic song. And yeah, I really love Superchunk. I want to recommend to our listeners that they go down a rabbit hole and learn a little bit about Superchunk, because I think it'll be worth it.
That's where I'm at right now. That's what I'm at. I'm starting that rabbit hole.
Okay, fantastic. And now you wrote a little something on your paper back there. Did you want to talk about that?
I just wrote Radio Z.
Okay.
That's not even the whole thing, but I just
I
wrote
know.
that.
Yeah.
Just wrote it. That's it.
Okay.
You got to be in the know.
Got to be in the know to know.
It's an insider. Insider.
The people that know, what is it? The people who need to know.
Yeah, we're so mean. We're so mean. We should be nice to people. We should give them all the secrets.
No, man. We don't want to tell all our secrets. Come on.
Okay, we won't tell all the secrets.
So the next two songs, one of them has made an appearance on our show already.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, on our Album of the Week 45 Friday show, and hasn't been on before then. And the other one has not made an appearance. And I want to say about this next one, it's a Jay-Z song.
Yeah.
One of my favorite albums, and I love Jay-Z, but one of my favorite albums is the Grey Album.
You stole my thunder. This is my episode. I'm the guest. How are you supposed to steal
I'm
my
sorry.
thunder?
I totally didn't mean it.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
tell us
about
a
it.
little
Yeah,
bit
no,
why you picked
no,
it.
I want to hear. No, I've talked about nauseam about this album before. I want to hear what you have to say.
All I have to say is that it's one of my favorite albums. And I know we have a copy of it on CD, but to this day, I just wonder why it was not. I mean, I know why it was not more widely released.
Mm-hmm.
But I just remember when we got it and it was super secret and nobody was supposed to have it and it was a bootleg.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even remember how we got it. I just remember thinking we're not supposed to have this. And I remember...
I bought it. I know how we got it.
Yeah, okay. So tell our listeners what it is for those people that don't know what the Grey Album is.
Okay, well, I should say that first of all, we got it. It was sneakerware. It was given to us. The file was given to us first.
That's right. Yeah.
And then I did buy. I thought I was buying an original, and I got kind of screwed on eBay. But it was nice to have it, regardless if it was a bootleg of the bootleg.
Yeah.
And we actually saw it once at Amoeba.
That's
in
right.
San Francisco,
That's
and I think it was
right.
like 75, and we didn't pull the trigger, and I regret it ever since.
Yeah.
It was the real
real deal. Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel like
we
we
sh-
probably should have invested in it.
Yeah, we invested. We just what? I'm not selling it. Like it's not like
Not
it's not,
invested like in a monetary way. I mean, like spent the
Yeah.
extra money to have it in our collection.
Yeah, we probably should have spent the extra money to have it in our collection. But I mean, honestly, $75 is a bit much, and they were getting yanked. Anything that was out there, they were trying to gobble it up, and Amoeba knew what they had, and they were trying to sell it before someone came in and took it off their shelf. Confiscated it.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Well,
should've
you
marketed.
didn't tell our listeners what it is for those that don't know what the Grey Album is.
Okay, well,
Fill 'em
I
in.
mean, in the simplest of terms, it is Jay-Z's Black Album mixed with the Beatles' White Album.
Mm-hmm.
and the genius behind this, and he really is a genius, is Danger Mouse. And a lot of you, even if you don't know his name, you know his work because he's worked
Yes.
with the Chili Peppers, he's worked with Jack Black, he's worked with Norah Jones, he's worked with Charles Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
He's part of that. So you probably, if you know Gnarls Barkley, you probably know, but unless you're a casual fan, then you might not know. Anyways, it was the purest. I think it was one of the purest moments of collaborative art, of bringing two arts together
Right.
and making a third product. And it really sucks that that it was so like kind of taken back and kind of like, there's been, a lot of stuff after that, and it definitely influenced, but it was like it didn't get its proper due as a piece of art. And I
Yeah.
most definitely think that the Gray album was a piece of art in the highest regards. I mean, is it the Mona Lisa? No, but it's like not far behind.
Yeah.
I mean, it's truly art. And especially I mean, think about how long ago that came out, and we're still such a polarized people. And you take the Beatles and Jay-Z. I mean, come on. I mean, and they work together so well. And then the other thing is that I do like Jay-Z, and I mean, DJ Premier is great. I love DJ Premier, and he has like some of the greatest people doing his beats. And I like his, sometimes I like his lyrics more than his beats. And I just thought that the Gray album was the perfect backdrop for Jay-Z. And honestly, I don't know why he didn't have Danger come in and do something for him. Honestly,
Yeah. I agree
I
with
would
you.
get Kanye to the side and
You're out. Get out of here.
as soon as well,
I don't want to
can't-
see your face anymore. Go.
you can't cut
go.
someone loose right after their mama dies. Okay, you can't.
Yeah.
But maybe
It's
like
true.
maybe 18 months after that, then you can say, okay, it's cool.
Yeah, it's time to go.
It's time to go. Yeah, you can't just. You gotta.
Can't
you
just
gotta
kick
be a
them to the
friend.
curb
Yeah,
after
you
their
can't-
mama dies. That's not
Yeah, you
right.
can't kick someone to the curb after
Definitely
their mom
not.
dies.
I agree.
No.
I agree. It's not cool.
Yeah,
not cool, man. Not cool. Okay, so of course the song we're talking about is 99 Problems. Did I already say that? I think I did, but I'm saying it again. We're talking about
Yeah.
Jay-Z's 99 Problems. We talked a little bit about the Gray album.
Mhm.
So anyways, yeah. Are you ready?
Maybe
Go ahead.
maybe one of the most controversial songs on the album.
Yeah.
It talks about crime.
Mm-hmm.
It uses the term bitch, and some people think it's a derogatory term. I actually heard him on Fresh Air with Terry Gross
Mm-hmm.
saying, no, it's the bitch is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously if you're having girl troubles, kind of makes you think that maybe it goes both ways. So,
Yes.
so,
It's a double meaning.
So yeah, so I'm not defending him, but he did make a compelling argument on Fresh Air. And honestly, come on, Jay-Z with Terry Gross. I mean, come on, that is
I think-
awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I agree
Was that
with you.
WYYY in Philadelphia. This is Terry Gross.
Yeah.
in Fresh Air.
I don't know what her call letters are, but yeah.
I think that's her car letters. I think so.
Yeah. The other thing I will say about this song, there's a part of the song where he's getting pulled over, right? And he there's a couple of lines in there. And it's funny because the song was from quite some time ago now. But it's still very current.
Yeah.
With the lyrics. But anyways.
Well, I think even more amazing is that he raps as different characters in a very
Yeah.
short time. He's
Yeah,
like
he
he's
does.
like doing some Billy West kind of stuff, like being a voice actor and playing opposite of himself in that moment. And I remember this was on one of the movies, and I mean the Beasties were like they were losing their mind because they were in the studio when he was recording this track.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was Rick and the Beasties. And they were like, it was like watching somebody hit a home run or slam on somebody. These guys were like I mean, they were in awe, and there was
Mm.
like it was amazing. It was an amazing moment.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's a cool story. All right, shall we listen to it?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let's do it.
You having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. I got the rat patrol on the cat patrol. Folks that wanna make sure my cash is closed. Rap couldn't save money, cash over from the hood, stupid, what type of facts are those? If you grew up with hoes in your tap toe, you celebrate the minute you was having dope. I'm like, what good? You can kiss my whole asshole. If you don't like my lyrics, you can press fast forward. I beat my radio, I'll play that show. They don't play my hits, well, I don't give a shit. So, rap man trying to use my black ass, so advertise to give them more cash for ads. I don't know what you take me as, or understand the intelligence that Jay-Z has. So, rap the richest niggas I ain't got. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me. Here's 94 in my trunk is sprawl. In my rear view mirror is the motherfucking all. I two choices, y'all. Pull over the car, bounce on the devil, put the pedal to the floor. Man trying to see no how they take me, take. Plus I got a few dollars, I can fight the kick. So I pull over to the side of the road. I heard, son, do you know I'm stopping for? Cause I'm young and I'm black and my hat's real low. Do I look like a mom in a shirt? I don't know. Am I under arrest or should I get some more? Well, you were doing 55 and it's 54. I'm not the registration is the body car. You carrying a weapon on, y'all know a lot you are. I ain't stepping out of shit, all my papers legit. Well, do you mind if I look around the car? No. I'm a real department, so I short the truck in back and I know my rights, so you don't need a warrant for that. RG sharp attack. This is my alarm, something somebody important at some time. I ain't passed the bar, but I know a little bit enough that you wanna legally search my shit. Let's see how smart you are when the K9 comes. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Once upon a time, not too long ago, a nigga like myself had strong arm, a hoe. This is not a hoe with a sister having a pussy, but a pussy having a goddamn sense. Try to push me. I try to ignore him, talk to the Lord, pray for him, but some fools just let him fall. You know the type, loud as a motorbike, but wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. The only thing that's gonna happen is I'ma get rapping it. He and his boys gonna be yapping to the captain. Me, I go trapping and kick cat again. Back through the system with the rip rap again. Bees on the floor, scratching again. Paparazzi with the camera, snapping them. DJ try to give a nigga shaft again. Half a meal for bail 'cause I'm African. All because the fool was harassing them. Try to play the boy like you saccharine. But ain't nothing sweet, but I hold my gun. I got 99 pounds, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me. 99 pounds, but a bitch ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 pounds, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me. 99 pounds, but a bitch ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 pounds, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me. 99 pounds, but a bitch ain't one. You crazy, but it's all right. It's your boy.
All right, everyone. You were just listening to Jay-Z's 99 Problems, and we are on with Ruben. And of course, this is 7 Songs. Hello, Ruben. Welcome back.
Hey, this reminds me of so much. Like sometimes I'll grab a beat off the phone and I'll record something, and I
Yes.
almost can't not say, the lines from this song. Like, like it's just so funny. But I also want to point out UGK, Underground Kings,
Yes.
because we're from down south. We're from that third coast,
We are.
and that part of that verse is lifted straight from the Underground Kings, UGK,
Mhm.
and it's probably homage, it's probably respectful. I'm not saying he's biting or it's
Yeah.
stolen, but I just want to make sure that people out there know that UKG reference there, because it's I think it's fitting. I think it's really nice. I think that after he hooked up with Beyonce, he really gave a lot of attention to Houston and down
Yeah.
south, and he gave a lot of props. And I'm guessing that's a prop, but I just want everyone to know that is there's a UKG lyric in there.
UGK.
UGK.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. So you guys should go check them out also. I think.
Amazing.
Amazing. Yeah. You'll love it.
Like, that's where trap music started.
Mm-hmm.
Gospel, and then the hi-hat. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, I mean, that's good stuff. And I know
Yeah.
you're not a big trap fan, but that's where it
I'm not
started.
a trap fan. I am
That's where
not.
it
But I do
started.
like UGK, but I'm not a big trap fan.
Yeah.
It's my one, I'm told it's my one music failing that I don't like trap music.
Well, and I wouldn't say that is trap music, but it's like, because they hadn't defined it yet. They were just
Yeah.
doing the thing, and so it comes out of that, I think. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are down to your last 2 songs for this episode. And your next song was featured on our album of the week. The band was featured on our album of the week.
Yeah.
And vastly different from Jay-Z, of course.
Not much.
I mean, different style, I'll say.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of my favorite songs. I think you and I have talked before about just listening to this album and just listening to it and making sure that when we do listen to it, we're really listening to the whole album. Like there isn't
Yeah.
a way to take this album. I mean, you can take it apart, but it's one of those albums that when you start listening to it, you're dedicated till the end of the album, I think.
Yeah, I think this is the album that when you put it on, you give it attention, and it's not really a Do the Dishes album. I mean, it could
Yeah.
be, but it just seems like it's just there's so much there that it just seems like if you can give it the time
Yeah,
and just focus on it, that it's an excellent album to focus on.
I agree. And the song that we're talking about is Farewell Transmission by Songs Ohio.
Wouldn't that be a
Did I-
great song to
yeah.
end with? Farewell Transmission. Wouldn't that have been just perfect?
That would be a great closer. But we have
Mhm.
another song for the closer.
That we do have another song for the closer.
Yes. Yes.
And anyways, we love to sing the Godfather for turning us on to
Godfather.
this. And we did invite him to see Wilco in Santa Barbara with us. And he went and saw the show instead. And then, kind of the next time we're down there, he took us to Amoeba, bought us the album.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is why I didn't go to the show with you. And, I could see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it was very smart of him, I think. I mean, I'm sad that I never got to see them. Jason Molina died tragically, as we know. And I think we mentioned that in our other episode.
You didn't see him at Bottom of the Hill?
I did not know. You went and saw without me.
And what about Grape American Music Hall?
Nope. You went by
You didn't?
yourself.
No.
You went with somebody else, yeah.
Bobby, you weren't there with Bobby and me?
No. You guys also saw American Still without me, which I was super sad about.
I'm sorry. That sucks.
It's okay.
No,
It's
I mean,
okay.
yeah.
It's one of the bands that I didn't get to see that I'm super bummed about that I didn't get to see.
That's bumworthy.
Yeah, I know.
It is. It's
I know.
it's bumworthy. Yeah, yeah. I remember it was a sad day when Jason Molina died, and I didn't even realize how much people in this community at where I work at California College of the Arts about, like, I just would walk up to people and like, oh, it's sad, and they're like, I know, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know how many like fans there were here
Yeah.
until that moment. Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
and everyone's like commiserating. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And he was a prolific songwriter.
Yeah.
And the label that he was on, he really put them on the map. And even
Yeah.
now, they're selling a lot of his music still.
yeah.
And Jason Molina was also familiar to Tony Sly in that way, where they had to tour nonstop. It was like nonstop touring, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which, we know Tony Sly had to do that to keep up, to take care of his family and stuff. And so a lot of bands have to do that. A lot of musicians have to do that. So, anyways, it's a beautiful song. It's a lovely song that we're about to listen to, and I'm gonna try real hard not to get emotional on our video, because the song is very emotional. It's an emotional song, I think.
Okay.
You think so, or what?
Oh yeah, it's powerful.
It's a powerful song.
It's powerful.
Yeah. So, are we ready to listen to it?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Let's listen to it. We're gonna listen to "Farewell Transmission" by Songs Ohio.
Never
Hello, welcome back to Seven Songs. You're just listening to Songs Ohio, farewell transmission. We're back on with Ruben. Hello, Ruben.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, I enjoyed that song. Sorry, I had to run and get water.
Oh
At the
no, it
beginning.
was good. It was entertaining.
Watching me run to get water.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
In my skirt and sweatpants. I have sweatpants under my skirt.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's fine. So we talked a lot about Jason Molina before, and you mentioned the connection to the Godfaja, right? Did you? About this song, he introduced us to. Oh, just that the Godfaja introduced us to Songs Ohio, and Jason Molina, and all of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you want to say anything else about that?
No, I mean it's a great album. It's a great song, and then just between me and you, I think instead of playing out the regular ending, we wrap up and you do everything you got to do, and then we use the last song as the play out today.
Okay, all right, that
Yeah.
sounds good. We can do that.
Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed myself very, very much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for being on the show. And of course, I always enjoy our. Sorry, I'm prepping the last song for
Yeah, I
us.
can talk about that song for a minute. While
Yeah,
you
go
do that.
ahead.
All right. So I tell this person that I love them because I love them, and and I'm not trying to be cheesy sometimes, but it's not lost on me that this song isn't their favorite type of music, nor would I think that they would be a Rod Stewart fan. But the sentiment, and it's not even a song I like, but the sentiment is spot on, and so I send them links to the song occasionally, and I just so I feel like how could I not end the set with, I mean, it's been like a tribute the whole time,
It's a
and
tribute,
something
yeah.
that they should enjoy the whole thing through. And now here's this one song that's kind of a stinker, but it kind of conveys my love.
Yes. And the song we're talking about is Have I Told You Lately by Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
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 And so thank you for being on the show with us. It
Thank you for having me.
it has been a pleasure as usual. I enjoy talking to you. And we are gonna go ahead and say goodbye, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening to Seven Songs and a Companion. And take care of each other and stay safe. And my usual, I'm a one woman show over here with the support your indie labels. Indie independent music venues are hurting really bad. And so are record stores. So get out there, do what you can to support them. And we will see you next time on Seven Songs and a Companion. Thanks for joining us. And let's get the song playing.
Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? Fill my heart with gladness, take away all my sadness. Ease my troubles, that's what you do. For the morning sun in all its glory greets the day with hope and comfort too. You fill my life with laughter, and somehow you make it better. Ease my troubles, that's what you do. There's a love that's divine, and it's yours and it's mine. What is the love? And at the end of the day, we should give thanks and praise to the world, to the world. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? Fill my heart with gladness, take away all my sadness. Ease my troubles, that's what you do.
Thank you, Carters, for joining us here today on Ruby Breaks Baseball. We had a special episode where we brought in Jennifer. She hosted a song, Seven Songs and a Companion, and I was the companion, and we did a special episode. And you won't hear the music because I can't get but you will see probably some people dancing really fastly during that period. So thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate your time. Thank you.